Alright, so, welcome guys. We're going to first collect whatever gil we made the last few days. Nice. 41. You whore. There we go. Alright, and then... Wait. Yeah, I'll do 41.5. There we go. Alright, so today we're going to kick it back off with more stuff as a machinist, and then if we can finish like the quests up to our level, we'll probably start dipping our toes into Reapers. Can I... What the hell's going on with my game? Yeah, somebody dropped the price a lot. I'll wait. What are these going for? Do like that. Yeah, we'll do that. For 3. And we'll do this for 1. The reason why I'm not putting up the cloth is just because I could get much better prices than that. And we don't really need money right now, but we may someday, so that's why we're doing it now. Cool. Did I? No, I didn't do that. I have to go back. I think I might have missed a decimal point, or a place. 29, 29. Yeah, we're good. Okay. We'll do that. Oh yeah, you have something here, I guess, maybe, kind of. Sure. You made money too. Oh, nice. Sure. It's more than I'm going to get selling it in Doma, so we'll do that. Do people buy these? No. But Doma will. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Married leather? Sure. Still better than Doma. I have to keep saying that. Better than Doma. How about that? There we go. And mine's high quality too. Well, look at that. Was it 2 or 3? I already forgot here. Let's do 2.9. Great prices. Yeah, that's fine. Wow, really? We used to sell those and actually make like, I don't know, decent amount of money. Same thing with those. Maybe blood hempen cloth. This is still good. Let's put up... Should we do the whole stack? Whole stack 700? Fuck it. Let's see. How about Gagana leather? Ooh, here we go. Yeah, we'll do that, and let's do 10. Yarn? No. Alright, that's fine. Complete it. Nice. Got some money here too. It's been a while. So, we have a lot of stuff we have to kind of catch up on. Okay. Alright. Cool. 3-9. Okay. Bitch. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. So... let me... go grab a drink real quick. I just realized I didn't get one. Be right back. Just be cool for like 2 seconds. I know I just started, but I'm thirsty. Okay. All right. I think we're good. Went ahead and got me a drink. Oh, Lord. So like the title says, we're going to keep doing shit as a machinist. Let me see. We started buying poetic gear for level 60. Yeah, and we're probably gonna have to just stay using it. Yeah, because I don't think... Well, let me see. 467. I think we could. I don't know if we got a new journal, actually. Let's go do that. It'll give us a reason to go stop and see if we can get some more gear. I think, for whatever reason, the gear, like, it's the same price regardless of whatever level, you know, you're buying for, which is kind of annoying. I get why they do that, because it would either make level 50, level 60 gear really cheap, or it would also make the new, like, level 80, level 90 shit pretty expensive. But I don't know, it just seems kind of strange, you know? I guess it's just my personal opinion. But whatever. So we have that in our... that's... Oh, wait. No, we do have those, right? Yes, we need the pants and the boots next. Give me your pants and your boots. Let's see. So the boots... there we go. Oh, Oh, that's why. Why is it 510? Fuck you. Alright, well. I guess I'm just gonna stick with this gear. I don't want to do anything else. Or like derail the stream by farming poetics. I could do that offline if I have time. I spent the last hour just now just doing some stuff in Elden Ring, and there's like an area behind a boss room in this subterranean catacomb area where you have to jump down to clear it and like jump from ledge to ledge, and I'm very, very bad at it, and I was just failing over and over and over until finally I said, this is enough. I have to stop. And that's why I was a little late. I was hoping I can get it before I hopped on tonight, but I was unsuccessful. Holy shit, why did I do that? Let's just donate that. Whatever. Let's go to, I guess, Foundation? I think that's where our quest is going to be. God, I know it's so fucking itchy, I'm sorry. Alright. There we are. Pushing the broom. Don't push me. Don't push me and my broom buddies. Bum bum bum. Bum. Bum bum bum. Alright. Oh. Alright. What did we end up calling this guy? Stephanevian, right? Stephanevian. If we last left off... Ooh, what is this? Auto crossbow? It's gonna be pretty cool. There you are, King. 'Twould seem that 'tis not only joy... that's the girl, I believe. It's been like months. Like, we're talking like 3 or 4 months. No, maybe not 4. Probably like more like 2 or 3, but whatever. Fuck time. Fuck you too. Her father as well, who has vanished from the city. Great. Celestau is out asking questions, but there are few answers to be had. Rather than sit here on our hands whilst we wait for a revelation, however, I would prefer we begin preparations for our engagement alongside House Zamail. The Zamiles have been struggling to restore the township of Falcon's Nest, an enterprise that has been interrupted time and again by marauding Dravanians. Yeah, sure. This is so weird doing this after Heavensward. Suggests that the dragons are amassing for a significant assault on the settlement. Its fortifications are not yet complete, and 'twill be the aim of the allied operation to defend these half-finished structures. All right. From Lord Tendelgrinch. Tendelgrinch. Okay. Oh, what's going on with my frames? Are they doing that shit again? I don't know what to fucking do, man. It looks like it was just a slight hiccup. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Either result is a victory. Yeah. For the future of machinistry, however, we cannot afford to fail. Thus have I focused my energies towards designing an attachment that will improve our chances of success. Now the problem, which I was hoping you might help me solve, is the acquisition of suitable components. The swiftest way to create new technology is by repurposing the old. To that end, I would have you infiltrate Castrum Centri and salvage a good number of War Machina parts. Castrum Central. Which one is that? Yeah, gotta keep. I like went past it twice. Ah. Cool. Yeah, girl. I hate this song so much. Like, this is... I don't know, like, I think the Primal songs in... Well, no, that's not fair. I was gonna say, I think a lot of them really just aren't that good. Hey, hey, hey! Let me get off my horse now. Don't push me. I'm crazy. You're not gonna do anything. What are you gonna do, Chodmeister? Alright. Oh, I should have, I should eat something. God, I'm sorry. My nose is so fucking itchy. I'm gonna punch myself in the face to make it stop. It's aggressive. Well, I don't need... Well... I was gonna say, I don't need low-level crafting food. At what point should I cut it off? How about this? This is healer food, and we all know how I feel about healing. Or if you don't, not well. There you go. Doop, doop, doop. Oh shit, it's one of yous. Oh, that hit me? It's not fair. You can't hit me. I'm the main character. Here we go. Fuck you. Ho ho ho. Fuck you. Oh, oops. Still getting used to it. I don't think I'm ever gonna not prefer tanking, but I'm really trying to try new things. I just think tanking's... I don't know, it's pretty fun. I like it. I like being the leader. That's not like I have like a complex or anything. That's more just... I like not having to, you know, follow somebody else around. That sounds like it's a complex, but I promise it's not. I'm perfectly fine with taking a back seat. But also, if given the option, yeah. I'd like to go at my own pace. Because since we've been doing DPS, we see that not all tanks play the same. Sometimes it's a little infuriating. Alright. Okay. Well, let's go look for information on Joy's father. Begrimed commoner. Who? You mean the one whose daughter caught herself a husband in Falcon's Nest? Ah. Bum, bum. Bum. Bum, bum, bum. 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 There's Hilda. Hilda's so dope. We need more Hilda. Instead, we have these lame-ass female leads like Y'shtola and Alice. Ugh. I'm just kidding. Please don't shoot me. Yes. So, the plan for tonight is do these quests, do as many as we can do as a machinist, and then just kind of dip our toe in the pool of Reapers. Just to see what that's all about. Really, really want to try it. Love the edginess, but yeah. Even a half-crippled hunter might find some kind of work for himself there. Alright. Yeah, so we still don't really have a ton of information, but everyone's kind of just saying, like, hey, got a Falcon's Nest. What is this? Something was flashing on my screen. I don't know what that was. We need a coat. Be a gentleman. Give me your coat. I'm a lady, goddammit. Any sign of her? There she is. His lordship, what is he doing here? Joy, please. I ask only that you listen a moment. Will you and your husband not consider working for me in the manufactory? I think we all know why she doesn't want to come back. My guess is that the bad guy in this quest line is the one that she's got like this arranged marriage with. I can't do that, me lordship. I can't be a machinist no more. It's best for everyone if I leave that life behind. What do you mean, best for everyone? Is that what is best for you? All I want is for a simple life. No, one what doesn't cause problems for those who've shown me such kindness. I'm glad you could. We could talk this one last time, me lordship. I'll be praying that you and your machinists get the recognition you deserve. I always thought Joy was happiest when she had the stock of her flintlock in hand. It's a sex joke somewhere in there. Will she now sacrifice that happiness for the satisfaction of others? Or is it that she never truly wished to be a machinist and merely suffered the training at my insistence? By arming the commoners, 'twas my intention to place them on equal footing with the nobles who seek to rule them. But caught in the throes of self-righteousness ambition, mayhap I treated them no better. Seems his lordship is having himself a crisis of faith. Might be as you could lend him a sympathetic ear, eh? I'll join you back at the workshop in a bit. There's something I want to look into first. Oh, you already did. Okay. Am I going to be reimbursed for all this travel? ridiculous. Oh yeah. Boom boom. Ishgard, get your shit together. How long has it been since like the attacks on this on the fucking city? Fix your shit. Whee! Alright, I'm gonna blow my nose. We're good now. Sorry about that. I've run my prospectometer through all possible permutations, but the result is always the same. We focus on preparations for the Allied operation. So we just give up on bringing joy back? Should we fail House a Mile, then the reputation we built at the tourney will crumble into dust. We would have to begin again, brick by painful brick. A moment, my lord. I lingered behind in Falcon's Nest to see if I could find Joy's father, but he was nowhere to be found. I've got a feeling something ain't right there. Oh, maybe he's been captured, held hostage. If Joy herself has no wish to be a machinist, then what more can I do? 'Tis not my place to meddle in her affairs. Oh, I see how it is. I thought you different from them other nobles, but you're all the same, only interested in helping commoners as long as they do your bidding. Well, I've had enough of taking orders. It's time I went my own way. My grand plans for the future of machinistry have they all been in vain? Yeah, let's just say something generic. We have you and I, speaking of which, I had promised to use those components you brought me to build a new weapon. If not else, we have certainly made advances in the field of machinistry. Such tangible measure of progress cannot be ignored. Yes, my prospectometer was so overloaded with peripheral problems, I failed to see the practical evidence of our success. The path is steep and our steps are small, but that does not mean the destination is beyond us. I will ask much of you in the coming days, and I shall see that you are the most well-equipped machinist in the short history of machinistry. Cool. I'm gonna go try this out, because it looks pretty cool. Auto crossbow. So, next thing we have is split shot mastery, which I think that's what he's going to give us right now. Yeah. Alright. So let's go to here. So 52. Delivers an attack with a potency of 140 to all enemies in a cone before you. Can only be executed when the firearm is overheated. So that would be the same thing as, what is it called? Heat blast? Yeah. So it's no longer a single target. So this is actually going to be pretty dope. Definitely want to try this out. And you know what? We're going to go do it right now. So let's go. I'm going to go to my free company house. But yeah. We needed more AoE options. We have the two AoEs, but one of them I have a limited charge. So let's try it out. So gotta build up some gauge. That's fine. Bum, 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 bum. Spin. Alright, so I'm gonna go boom. Then we're gonna go boom. Alright. So auto crossbow, pretty cool. It looks really, really fucking cool. And yeah, it's just... Wait a second, I just realized something. Does it not... Okay, so let me check something. So Heat Blast reduces the Gauss round and ricochet timer by 15 seconds. This doesn't. So that's the trade-off. Interesting. Alright. So, I don't know about that. Because, like, that's kind of our burst, you know? Like... Yeah, it kind of... I don't know, that kind of sucks. Alright, so let's do that, and then go boom, 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 boom. Nice. Pretty good damage numbers. How do I do this again? There we go. Alright. So, I don't know. A little bittersweet, not gonna lie. I definitely wanted to play around with that and see if we can't get the same effect, but I don't know, maybe that'd be too broken. Right. Oh, itchy ass fucking nose, man. Alright, so the next one we're gonna get is heated split shot, right? Heated split shot. Delivers an attack with the potency of 180. So, medicinal effect. Oh, that's spread shot. So, it's just our one and done. This guy right here. All right. Cool. I mean, I don't know. I try not to get too attached as we're leveling stuff up, just because, as we all know, a lot of the classes that we do play significantly different depending on what patch you're in. So, not patch, expansion. Yeah. Positive Vial. Several groups of Dravanians are converging on Falcon's Nest. We have been tasked with eliminating the fiends gathered up upon the Black Iron Bridge. Alright. Knowing Telegrinch, and I unfortunately do, I would not put it past him to lure more foes onto the narrow structure simply to overtax us. And we must needs overcome the assault without Joy's help, or Celesto for that matter. He has yet to return since he stormed out of the door. Who's this boner? Well, that's just a random guy. That's not... I don't think that's even him, is it? It looks like it. I fear Silisto's departure has inspired his fellows to disregard my commands. You are the only machinist to answer my call to arms. And in response to this insubordination, I have been forced to deploy what few knights we could spare, myself included. They even begged me to come along. As I've said before, fighting bloody dragons ain't in me contract, so they'll be paying me handsomely for the trouble. Look at this fucking boner. This is House Halionart's entire company. You seem to be short a number of machinists. We are keeping our colleagues in reserve. For an operation such as this, we need a field-only king, the finest machinist in our ranks. Yeah, it's true, because, you know, I'm the best, obviously. Ah, your confidence is truly inspiring. Thankfully, however, there are few enemies threatening the Black Iron Bridge. Even with your sparse... Okay, I'm going to stop reading like that. Sparse numbers, I dare say, you shan't be sorely pressed. Okay. Cool. So are you a machinist or like a fucking berserker douchefuck? Celisto, have you come to fight with us? That all depends on you, my lord. We found Joy's father. He's being held prisoner in the broom. Held prisoner? You suspect this is some manner of coercion? Aye, we reckon they've been targeting Joy for a while. Her dad vanished right after he landed a job here in Falcon's Nest. And then Joy suddenly up and wed the brother of a carpenter working on the fortifications. House of Mile is behind this, or I'm a Chocobo's third cousin. Telegrinch, you cad. You Chad. It's not too late. If we break her dad out, then Joy can abandon her farce of a marriage and come back to the manufactory where she belongs. But the bridge, the Dravanians. Go. Joy is a machinist, as manufactory chief. 'Tis your duty to attend to your employees, my knights, and I shall march for House Halionart. Bah, you needn't worry. They'll have yours truly fighting right beside him. Go help the boss. Alright. Alright, let's go. Let's go bust out Joy's father. You'll find one of our manufacturing machinists in the broom. He'll show you where Joy's dad is being held. I just added or took out the H in that just because. God damn, my nose. I'm sorry, guys. I got mad issues. Let's go to the broom. La 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 la. All right. I will shoot every single person. No questions asked. Just do it. Joy's dad is right behind the door over there. We just need to convince the bloke standing guard to open it. He don't exactly look the stoic type, though, so a Goss round ought to have him pissing his trousers. That is one very, very strange thing about this whole quest line. They're like, yeah, all you gotta do is you gotta fucking shoot him. That'll, like, when we had to go around and get people to stop talking about us, they're just like, yeah, just shoot people. What in the... You shot me! Please, I ain't done nothing wrong. Some fancy fop dropped a pouch in me lap and told me to guard the door. I swear, that's all I know. And how much did he pay you? Not enough to die over, my lord. Please don't shoot me again. 'Twas not my intention to threaten you. We merely wish you to release the man behind yonder door. And should you fear the vengeance of your employer, you are welcome to take shelter at the manufactory. In fact, why not become a machinist? Then you needn't take another such unsavory job again. You offer me work, my lord? Aye, I'll let the bloke out for that. Hells, I'll carry him across the city and back for a steady wage. Lord Stephanivian. There we go. Me humble thanks. You've been locked away for quite some time, my poor man. Do you know how, well, especially considering we started this quest months ago, so this dude's just been sitting here. Do you know who did this to you, or why? I've not the faintest idea, my lord. I was hired by House a Mile to work on their walls, and when I went to join the crew heading out for Falcon's Nest, some bastard, begging your pardon, my lord, slipped a sack over my head and carted me away. I'm just a broken old hunter. I ain't got money for ransom, and nor does me family. Got to thinking that maybe they nabbed the wrong bloke. Then you weren't aware that Joy was wed, or that she resigned from her position at both the manor and the manufactory. She got married and quit? Why'd she do a foolish thing like that? I've never seen her happier than when she's slinging one of them flintlocks. Oh, yeah, when she's slinging those flintlocks. So that's why they took me. They're blackmailing me, little Joy. Ain't no way she'd just up and marry some bloke that wouldn't let her stay at the workshop. And she was a machinist by her choice. I am full glad to hear that. 'Tis time we liberated your daughter from her false union. Once she sees you are safe, I do not envy the man who pretends at the role of her husband. I know you'd set things right, my lord. You take care of Joy, and I'll tell the rest of the machinists that they can come back to work. All right then, lad. You come with me. I will speak with Joy and unravel this nonsense. You, however, must make haste to the Black Iron... I still have to fight? Come on, man. I forgot my parka. Oh, yeah. What are you doing, you fucking pussy? I'm tired. They shot me. Cool. I do need to level up. So I can do, well, we only need to get to level 70 to finish all the job stuff. And then from there, it's just whenever we're able to. About time you got back. You found Joy's dad then? Good, now it's up to the boss to bring her back. The fighting has been fierce. Master Rosenthal was injured when he gallantly intercepted a swipe meant to remove my head. Bah, that's a noble way of saying I tripped over its bloody tail and stumbled into the blow. Any road, you'll have to take me place on the front lines, and do it soon afore these dainty knights get their arses handed to them. All right. Yo, let's go. Here, I'm gonna... Actually, I'm gonna build up Gauge. We'll do that. Yeah, that's right. Look at me, you bastard. You are done. Oh, gotta hit this. Get this one, Jesus. Oh, this guy's gonna die. Wait, I can't even use this? Okay, now I can. There you go. Oh no, that guy died? Fuck, I didn't mean that. I wanted to save you. God damn it. I have to rearrange this. This is cancer. Yeah, let's just do that. Wait, why am I... Oh. Yeah, we have to do something with our setup. It's kind of frustrating. Oh, we could do this. It's only one knight died. That's fine. Alright, so I'm going to rearrange that because we don't really have the stuff we need where it needs to be. He was missing a few mates, but you still took care of business. Not that I'd expect aught less from one o me star students. The star indeed. Your arrival was a gift from the heavens. Yeah, I know. Kind of great. Load, aim, fire. Let me guess. It was joy. How'd you like that? You great scaly bastard. Alright. What happened to your hair? Got a new haircut? Oh yeah, I forgot. She does like the thing like Launch does from Dragon Ball. You know, like when she sneezes and she has like another personality that comes out. Because Launch is normally like very, very mild tempered. The one with the purple hair, like super sweet. And then when she sneezes, she becomes like fucking this hard ass that likes shooting people with machine guns. I'm afraid I've caused a great deal of trouble for you all. Thank you for rescuing my dad. Alright. My dad. 'Twas no trouble at all for such a fine employee. As you are now wed, I understand that you may not wish to resume your duties at the manor, but have you considered my son's offer that you and your husband come to work at the manufactory? Me husband and me have agreed to part ways. If it please my lord, I'd like to start working again at the workshop and the manor both. Joy, my dear, you are most welcome, of course. Neither the manor nor the manufactory have been the same without you. Everyone's just fine. They're like, wow, you just like divorced your husband like that. Cool. Me lordship. Me lordship. I don't know how to... That is to say... Spit it out, bitch. I'm glad to be back. It's gonna be a pencil dick.
Yeah, I'm upset now.
I see that even for the much diminished House Halionart, a handful of dragons pose no true threat. I shall have to find a more significant challenge for you for your next outing. would seem that you still do not understand that the knight is the master of the battlefield. Where were you? That was far more than a handful of dragons. Tatel Grinch. God, like... whatever. Do you think us blind? We know who is working against the manufactory. We know whose underhanded villainy forced Joy into wedlock. Whatever are you implying? You speak as if I recall the names of your low-born servants or hold even the slightest interest in their common unions. Now, if you'll excuse me, my lords. Yeah. I can't wait to kill this guy. I hope it ends up like with the Dark Knight quest, where it literally ends with the bad guy having her head chopped off, pretty much. That was pretty cool. Damn, that man and his arrogance. My prospectometer and I shall remain vigilant that we may defeat. Every time I see his name, Tatel Grinch. It's like the accolades for this triumph, however, must go to you, King. The bridge is clear and joy is returned to us. I was afraid I'd seen the last of the manufactory. Thank you again for the warm welcome home. I've never felt as whole as I did after I joined the ranks of the machinists. When I had to tell his lordship I was quitting, it felt like I was leaving a part of me soul behind. That's when I realized, to me, being a machinist is more than just firing a weapon. It's a way of connecting to another side of myself. I'm sorry. It's just really corny. Well, now that you're connected again, we can get back to working on your shooting and your swearing. And there's also the small matter of our delayed tourney celebration. If it please my lordship, I'd like to do some training instead. I feel the need to shoot off 10 score bullets or so. Of course, we'll all celebrate in our own way. Fire at will, my dear. I, for one, am eager for a stiff drink back at the manufactory. All right, give me my skill. So we just have a split shot just does more damage, or is it only when it's when we overheating? Let me just peep this real quick. So heated split shot. Traits. Here we go. Yeah, looks like it's not anything like that. So split shot is 140, and then heated is going to be 180. Hey, that's actually not bad. All right, so back at Foundation we go. Be right back. Thanks, Baby Smell. Sorry about that. I was just saying we're going to rearrange some things. I just don't know what. It seems like we don't really need that on the hotbar because it happens automatically. I don't know. I don't know how I should do this. Yeah, because I'm thinking about this. Because it's kind of clunky the way we have it right now. Hypercharge isn't an actual damaging ability, but it does unlock them. So I don't think we need it over here. We might actually put it up top. And then same thing with the Rook ability, Overdrive. It'll be triggered automatically immediately before shutdown. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think we actually need that on the hotbar. So I think we'll leave that here. Probably not going to do main scenario shit tonight. Maybe next stream, but I kind of want to do some more job stuff for a while. Or at least, like, in the near future. I'm thinking about... Here, let's do this. So that can just go. We don't need that. Pick up this one. Put that there. Oh yeah, that's normally where I put tank stands. Okay. And then I think I'll do... No. Put that there. There we go. We don't use this nearly as much. In spread shot, we do use that quite a bit. I think this is fine. We'll probably end up changing it a few times just to get it right. God, I have to keep blowing my nose. Fucking allergies. It's like won't stop. Super annoying. Alright, so then that next ability we'll probably just throw up. That seems a lot more useful than the other stuff we have going on. Yeah, because we have... Oh, those are all roll actions. So yeah, the heavy... Not really. I think that's just movement speed, so not really all that good. Second wind is good. Foot graze binds target, so it cancels auto attack. Again, not the best. Arm's length is actually pretty good. Randomly, I'm surprised that that we have it, but whatever. And then this is an interrupt that we don't often use, but we could. All right. Yeah, so those ones I think will stay over there in the annex. That should be fine. Alright. Stephanievian, what you got for me? Greetings. Is it not a wonderful day to be a machinist? Because you got your boo back. Lord Stephanievian, De Halionart. You and the Sky Steel Manufactory employees under your authority are hereby charged with fomenting insurrection. What the fuck? My dear sir, I have fomented nothing of the sort. You stand accused of arming commoners with weapons of war and discharging said weapons within the locality of the Broom. That little scene was when we liberated Joy's father. Henceforth, the manufactory shall remain under the Temple Knight surveillance. Should you fail to refute the accusations against you within the allotted time, punishment may include seizure of your workshop and imprisonment for all those deemed accomplices to the crime. How about we march up to the Holy See and chop off, like, the ears of every single one of you? Pointy-eared fucks. I'm sick of being pushed around. I'm tired of it. I just want to shoot guns with my friends. Once they set their sights on Summit, then Temple Knights is like a bandersnatch with a bone. Yeah, I understood that. They'll not take my manufactory. I will think of something. Let's have a bake sale. That's what we need. 'Tis difficult to prove the truth of something one has not done. Mayhap the wiser course would be provide evidence of Tatel Grinch's wrongdoing. He's a clever bastard, though, that one. You might try, but I'd best not overstep my bounds. Me contract's almost done in any case, and I'll be moving on no matter what happens to the workshop. Alright, fuckhead. Our instructor, he sure don't like to get involved. As for me, I'll see if I can find any strings connecting House of Mile to their crimes. The Forgotten Knight should be a good place to start. I don't know what I'd do without the workshop. I'll see if I can get some folks talking. That leaves you and me, King. I believe I shall remain here in the manufactory to occupy the gaze of the Temple Knights while you aid Celestal with his inquiries. Alright. Here we go. Wait, what? Alright, I was going the right way. Okay. I guess, yeah. There you are. I appreciate you coming out, King. It's a bit hard planning aught in the workshop. What with the Temple Knights eyeballing our every move, we should be able to talk freely in here, though. Do you recall that bloke as was standing guard over Joy's dad? Friday-O is his name. He took to marksmanship with a passion and hadn't missed a single day of training, not until today. I got suspicious, of course, and decided to pay a visit to his home. Right away, you could see the door had been kicked in, so I went inside and had me a proper look. That's when I found a ragged feather just lying there on the floor amidst the bits of broken furniture. If I wanted to keep my hands clean, then maybe I'd hire some thugs from out of town to do for poor... Oh, okay. Yeah, so... Tail feather. Gotcha. Alright, so we gotta go back up there. Got it. Dun dun dun. 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 Dun dun dun. Dun. Bum bum bum. Alright. So, I'm thinking about, let's see. Probably streaming for like another 2 hours. So we should be able to finish up all these quests and start Reaper. Whee! Alright. The tail feather. Alright. Here, here. I'm stuck. Good news. I've spoken with some of these hunter fellows, and they told me of a trio of ruffians that passed through here, dragging a man matching Fradio's description. We shall scour the forest to the south. If you will look to the north. All right. Let's go kill him. Honestly, if I was the Warrior of Light, I would just fucking start executing motherfuckers left and right. Like, this guy did a bad thing. Kill him. Alright, asshole. No witnesses. Cut this one's throat as well. Are you kidding me? That seems incredibly unnecessary. You are out of control, young man. No witnesses. Cut his throat. My thanks. I did not expect to see another dawn. Not leaking blood, are you? Splendid. You gave us quite a scare. Forgive me, my lord. Those men, they dragged me from home. Said they'd hurt me if I didn't swear false witness to the Temple Knights. Okay. Temple Knights. You were forced to substantiate their accusations. Then you merely need withdraw your testimony to strengthen our position. 'Twould be a boon if we were also able to provide some manner of physical evidence. A seal of House of Mild. 'Twould explain how the ruffians who snatched Fradio were able to enter the city without challenge. Aye, this shall do nicely. Let's go. What nonsense, you hardly had a choice in the matter. Continue your training at the manufactory, however, and you'll become more than a match for for thugs such as these. Even without a noble's wealth or prestige, a common man can earn himself independence. With a gun! That's why, honestly, everything would just be safer if everyone had guns and shot each other. We all make mistakes, my dear fellow. The trick is to learn from them and rise stronger from every defeat. Come, let us return to the manufactory. Alright, cool. You better reimburse me for all this travel. Woo! I really wish our AoE ability made it so... look at this guy. Made it so we could build up gauge with it. It's kind of a bummer that that doesn't actually happen. Sipping on my coffee while I'm running. Bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum. The tables have turned, my friend. I have submitted the evidence you found to the Temple Knights. With the aid of Fradio's new testimony, we had enough proof to lodge a counter-accusation against Tatel Grinch. The wheels of justice have begun to turn, and we shall soon be free of these baseless suspicions. In the meantime, Rosenthal requested that I instruct you to remember your bleed-in practice drills. Charming fellow. Yeah. Do the pelvic thrust. You go like this and go. Tactician. Cool. Ooh, what's that? Drill. Delivers an attack with a potency of 570. Woo! That's pretty cool. And how do we access that? This weapon skill. Oh. So just like that. So where am I going to put that? See, we're already like filling shit up quick. And I don't suppose, yeah. Oh, slug shot becomes heated slug shot. That's cool. So before it's 100 with 210 potency, and then it becomes, oh, heated slug shot. 260, okay. That's it. I mean, it's not bad. But I feel like, did that potency already increase, like, with... I don't know. I don't know how the potency kind of works, like how it comes out, but sure, it might be better. Cool. Alright. So we're going to plop that right over there. That's our little AoE protection for the group. And I guess drill will go right here. Cool. King, I trust your training fares well. I have heard naught on the fate of the manufactory and would welcome fair news from any quarter. Dude just walks around with an axe and calls himself a machinist. Bad news, my lordship. We talked to a clerk who works at the congregation, and he says the accusation against the workshop ain't been lifted yet. What's worse, it seems they ain't inclined to pursue your case against Tatel Grinch neither. I do not understand. When I presented my evidence to the Temple Knights, the officer in charge seemed convinced of our innocence. My dear naive Stephanivian, truth is dictated by the victor, the one most skilled in strategy, the one most adept at maneuvering, one such as me. How dare you show your face in my manufactory? Have you no shame at all? Shame? Why, you are the one who submitted a forgery on my house's seal in an attempt to deflect your obvious guilt. Upon review of the evidence, however, the Temple Knights shall soon rule in my favor. But our sources were unimpeachable, our innocence was all but proven. The twice altered testimony of a commoner is hardly unimpeachable, and you cannot deny claims that the ailing house Halionart has been arming the lowborn and inciting them to seize their independence. We have all heard the shots fired within the city walls. You would twist and corrupt everything we have worked for. As I said, such is the privilege of the victor. If you wish, I might even be willing to teach you how to bend this situation to your advantage. We shall do well enough on our own. Now exit my manufactory ere you find your shining armor doused with machine oil. You would spurn my generous advice. Will you truly surrender your last chance to demonstrate House Halionart's unswerving devotion to Ishgard's prosperity? There is a beast that has been harassing our supply trains of late, a menace that the Holy See greatly desires to see put down. Even cloistered here amongst your scrap-covered benches, you must have heard the tales of the fearsome Barry Sellen. Barry Sellen, the same dragon that the Order of the Knights Dragoon has failed time and again to slay. He means to make a bloody show of ye, boss. The Holy See has agreed to abolish your trial in exchange for the dragon's death. Pray send word when you are prepared to face Barry Sellen. I shall organize for a priest to be present and prove you with suitable bait. This guy's a fucking chode. I'll just confess, it was me what was firing the weapon. You shouldn't have any trouble laying the blame on a drunken outsider, especially one what's known for is vicious crimes. That ought to get you off the insurrection charges at least. No, you can't do such a thing. I've lived AFME life in a ship's cabin, and a prison cell ain't much smaller. You can pay me for the time in the... Oh my god, no. We're not going to do that. I'll stop him, my lordship. But if you're that man's full of surprises, my prospectometer had not to say of this. Why do you keep saying that? It's just weird. Whatever, man. I cannot allow our instructor to sacrifice himself for the manufactory. We have no choice but to accept Tatel Grinch's impossible challenge. But I fear Rosenthal will not be convinced unless we prove we have a chance of... Okay, so let's go do it. Sea of Clouds. I guess that's the closest. Bum, 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 bum. Whee. Ba-da-dum, bum, bum, bum. Ba-da-dum, bum, bum, bum. Alright, so... let's summon our Chocobo. We haven't done that in a while. Alright. Yeah, the single target, I definitely see, you know, an increase in the combos, like the potency. It's just, I don't know, it seems kind of small to me for a DPS class, but maybe these guys aren't quite like some of the others that we've played as. But I think they did, now that I'm thinking about it, they did actually do a shrink of the potency on a lot of jobs, so maybe that's why. Because yeah, now that I'm thinking about that does make more sense. Bum 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 doom doom doom. Whee! Hey, you have my outfit. How dare you? Ah, yes, these are wonderful specimens. These crystals shall allow me to broaden the capabilities of your Ethero Transformer via a more efficient process of energy conversion. I only hope it will be impressive enough to convince our instructor to abandon his foolish course. I got the drill. Okay, so now we're gonna go test this out because I'm liking the auto crossbow drill. I think there's a flamethrower. There should also be a bio blaster, I think, and then there's saw too. Wait, whoa, whoa! Oh, that's the wrong thing. What are you doing? There we go. All right, so let's go try this out. Bum, 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 bum. He did split shot. Yeah, so it looks like we could just kind of jump right into it. And does it share the same cooldown? Oh, it's even faster. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. So, let's see. So we have Hot Shot. Potency of 240, increases battery gauge. Since that's kind of a slower cooldown, 38 seconds, while this is 19. Let's swap these. There you go. I like that a little bit better. Because we're going to be using that more often, so might as well. Pop that. So that's 1,000. Ooh. Yeah, so that was kind of a drop. Oh, no. Looks like that's still critting pretty well. Alright, so... And I just realized that's also effective, so I could do this, and then I could go boom, boom. Wow. That's actually really, really cool. I like that ability a lot. Let's thought about something too. Here. I think character configuration. We were doing a dungeon the other day. And I want to see... I haven't really been seeing a lot of effects. I think I'm just going to have that on there. It's kind of distracting, but I think we're just going to have to deal with it. That just made me think of it. Alright. Oh. Yeah, but it's only people in our party, so I think that should be alright. Just because I used to have it for like everybody. And I think the reason why I changed it is when we first started in A Realm Reborn, running an alliance raid was like too much. I couldn't fucking see what the fuck was going on. I feel like even in 8-man, that's probably going to be a little bit of an adjustment on my part, but it is what it is. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick, and then we'll keep on keeping on. Alright, so we're back. One of our machinists just returned to report the situation with Rosenthal. It would seem that Joy and some few colleagues have caught up to him in the pillars. Alright, so now I have to go talk to him. Be like, look, do you want me to fucking hit you with a Gauss round? Oh wait, let's go here. I just realized I have to... Oh wait, no, I don't have to do that. Here, I could actually access my retainers from here. Duh. Let's see what goodies you got for me. View venture report. Actually, we're gonna hold on to that. I was gonna say let's get rid of that. Assign venture, another quick. Yeah, we're gonna have to start holding on to the aiming gear. I keep getting rid of it, but yeah, that's... Ooh, shadowless. I hate those. Shadowless hose. But who understands those shadowless hose? How are we doing here? Yeah, I gotta sell some more of these. There we go. So we bought it. Now we are free to enter the market. So let's do 43. For 3. And then we're gonna do 43.5. Or no, let's do 44 for 1. Cool. Let's make lots of money. Oop. Do 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 do. Yes. Cool. Back at it. There we go. So the tribunal, and they're right here. What the fuck? My man, what are you doing? Jeez. Should have known you'd be along. Now back off before I teach this student the meaning of point blank. I'm talking to you as well, Joy. Step aside. I bloody well will not step aside. King, take the fight out of him. Oh, okay. So I have to hit... Why is that everyone's like, ah, I need to listen to me. You hit him with the Gauss round. Like... Just fucking, like, shoot a massive bullet right into his chest. That was fast. Well, you're just kind of standing there. Made it really easy on me. And though I appreciate your eagerness to occupy a cell on my behalf, such a sacrifice will not halt Tittle Grinches. He's right about more than just that. You've got to stop underestimating what we're capable of. Ha ha ha. I keep forgetting what a stubborn lot I'm dealing with. You're the ones, what are challenging the very stones what Ishgard was built on? Yeah. I'll talk, contracts aside. You let me help in the fight against this very sullen nightmare. You have always sought to avoid such entanglements before. What has changed? It's a matter of penance. Back when I was still in charge of the Kudas, I lied to me subordinates instead of serving the thalassocracy I had them lads working to further me own agenda. It all came apart, though, when I sent a glut of them off to die in battle they had no business being in. I had me eyes on the admiral's chair, but what kind of admiral would do that? Okay, I hate reading your fucking hillbilly pirate talk. We get it. You're a piece of shit. You can't undo the wrong you've done. Ever. Alright, let's do it. Oh, pre-battle drill. No, let's have the battle right now. Well, okay. Bloop. Wait, what am I doing? I'm here already. I just have to go here. Doop, 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 doop. Whee! Whee! Right. There you are. I've sent word of our decision to Tittle Grinch. Even Tittle Grinch. I'm gonna just call him Tittle Grinch. I fear this challenge will test us to our very limits. No, it won't. I'm OP. Oh, cool. I get the armor. I wonder what the armor's gonna look like. The day has been chosen for our trial against Very Selin, more than any that have come before. This battle shall be pivotal in deciding the future of the manufactory and machinistry both. Thus, ere we march forth to meet our fate, I would hold a celebration in honor of all that we have accomplished. As has become customary, however, the principal players are nowhere to be found. Pray head out into the city and seek out Joy, Rosenthal, Celestal, and my father. I'm really getting sick of having to track these shitheads down. I'm invited to the manufactory. Well, how many times? Oh, how times have changed? Yeah, because you were a douche for a while. Bum bum dum 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 dum. Does this actually like give you a significant boost? Because I don't notice it. All right, Joy. Come on. I wanted to thank you again for helping me find my way. I just got myself back to where I belong, and I ain't about to give up the workshop a second time. Yeah, cool. Alright, almost done. We just have to go to the Forgotten Night, it looks like. You're being summoned. Hurry up, you shithead. Dum 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 dum. I'm a machinist, not a man. Oh, look at this. This banquet. Eat, drink, and be merry, my friends. Soon we shall introduce very Selin to the rage of the machinists for the manufacturing and for Ishgard. For Ishgard! Yaha! Yippee! Alright. Let's go. Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. I don't know. I still think I like Heaven's Ward more than Shadowbringers. I just really like Heaven's Ward a lot. Shadowbringers is good though too. I'd say like it's so close, like they might as well like both be my favorite. Hopefully Endwalker is as good as those two. Wasn't a massive fan of Stormblood, but I don't think Stormblood was necessarily bad either. Realm Reborn was it was a game. All right, let's get this over with. Look at this fucking Pope-ass looking motherfucker. I'm here to judge you. All right. Let's go Machinist. Lord Tadelgrinch, my machinists are assembled. We now but await the arrival of the dreaded Very Selin. Excellent. I am accompanied by a priest of the Holy See, who shall ensure that the trial proceeds in accordance with Ishgardian law. A wagon has also been provided to tempt the talons of your quarry. The observatorium has been tracking the creature's movements. According to their calculations, Very Selin and its entourage should fly over this pass within the hour. Should the machinists of the Skysteel Manufactory satisfy the conditions of this trial by combat, either through the victory or valorous death, then shall your innocence be proven and your honor redeemed. Should you choose to flee, however, I trust I need not elaborate further. We shall oversee proceedings from on high, that I might judge thine actions evenly, and with the uninterrupted view may justice be served. This guy sucks. Like, their fucking society is ridiculous. Your reverence, pray do not avert your eyes should the scene become one of bloody carnage. We would not wish to deny these fine combatants a fair trial. It's just insane. They're like, well, even if I was like a shitty person, I'd just be like, I want a trial by combat. So like if you won, even if you were just like actually still really bad. Why can't, thank God. There you go. Do that. God, focus. There you go. Oh shit. Let's pop one of those. one of these. Let's summon this. Let's do that. And let's just... Oh, this is it? It's selling. What's up with that face? She's just like, oh. Good. Machinist, protect the fallen. Why do this? Why protect me? Should you but allow the dragons to do their bloody work, you will be free to pursue your agenda. A few could argue that you had earned it, after the grief you have caused. I should take what is left of your corpse and string it up for target practice. But if my machinists are truly to be the spear and shield of Ishgard, we must defend all her citizens with equal zeal. He's like, oh. I fear that excessive association with commoners has softened your brain. The oath you have sworn, however, is indeed a knightly one. If you're done yapping, Lord Tiddlegrinch, we're a bit bloody busy here. Wag that tongue again and I'll be the one to put a bullet through his tongue. Alright, yeah, sure, why not? That's gonna be the thumbnail. It's gonna be that goofy ass fucking face. You'd best heed her warning, old fellow. Joy is not one to give voice to idle threats. Until this day, I have but observed your battles from afar. What a perfect opportunity for me to evaluate your skills from a more intimate perspective. By the Fury, is he still speaking? Leave him, Joy. We have more pressing matters to attend to. Let us shoot a path through the foes arrayed before us. Let's do it. Man, it's fucking rogue. You're not even a machinist. Got an axe. There it is. Alright, so do that. That. Alright, so I'm just gonna fucking kite you, because you're gonna follow me around, it looks like. Because I'm just doing too much bloody damage. Oh shit. Oh my god. God damn it. Gotta do that. It's definitely different, you know? Like, it's not bad, but I'm just, like, trying to, you know... Damn it, get off my dick. Or I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this, that, this, and then fire away with that. Yeah, it's just like, it's really busy. It's a lot different than tanking, so I'm like, I know I'm not the best, but we'll get better with it. It's just there's so much going on. Definitely not the most efficient, obviously, but we'll get there. I thank you for saving my life. The accusations against you shall, of course, be withdrawn. As a further token of my gratitude, I would offer you a boon. Speak your wish, and I shall do all within my power to grant it. A boon? You think one little favor will wipe the ledger clean of your streamin' shite? Fortunately, my heart has but one desire. I will have your oath that henceforth you shall no longer oppose the rise of the machinists, and never again seek to interfere in the operation of the Sky Steel manufactory. Is that all? No treasure of coin? No promises of power? The workings of your mind are truly an enigma to me. But you shall have my word on this. Nevertheless, indeed, we shall discover the best means by which your fine machinist might contribute to Ishgard's defenses. 'Tis only from behind a sturdy front line that a machinist's full potential is realized. Together with your knights, however, we shall change the face of war. Of course, you cannot yet do without the masters of the battlefield. May we strike fear into the hearts of our enemies, ensure the continued prosperity of the Holy See. Yeah, cool. So, like, this priest just overheard him say, yeah, I was fucking with you guys. I promise not to anymore. And, like, the priest is just like, he's royalty. He can't really do anything. Joy, your aim's as sharp as your RP tongue. Good work, lass. I nominate you to take over as master of marksmanship. King, you're too bleeding quiet, but your weapons speak loud enough. Yeah, no, if you don't ever talk. I suppose keep firing like you do, and I reckon new students will flock to the workshop to follow in your footsteps. Are you truly leaving us? I've never been the kind of bloke as sticks in one place for too long. You've treated me well at the workshop, better than I deserve, I reckon, but it's time I weighed anchor. I'll be seeing you then. Sure. Should your travels bring you back to Ishgard, know you always have a place at the manufactory, my friend. Shall we be on our way as well? Alright. So I think we could do like the beginning of the Shadowbringers stuff. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Actually, I'm just gonna do this. Alright, so I want to go try out my combos after this. Well, actually, no. I don't... It's not going to change anything, I think. We'll just have more potency. Let's do it. What an extraordinary turn of events. With these troubles behind us, however, I feel the age of machinistry has finally arrived. And you, King, have all but outgrown the manufactory. With Rosenthal's departure, there are none who might compete with your skill at firearms. Pray take the lessons you have learned and make known the machinist trade in every corner of Eorzea. You are, of course, welcome to return to us whenever you desire. We shall be here, ever serving Ishgard. Yeah. Alright, so let's go see what this gear is. Cool. Alright, so let's see what else we have on the horizon. We don't learn anything until 64, it looks like. Deliver an attack with the potency of 100. Combo action, heated slug shot. Combo potency, 350. Increase heat gauge by 5. Increase battery gauge. Wow. So this is the upgraded version of the clean shot. Right? Yeah, clean shot. Cool. I like that a lot. Because it looks like it's doing the same thing, 5 and 10. Which is fine, but let's see, 350. Yeah, that's actually a pretty big increase. I don't know why I said increase like that. Big increase. Cool, but we're not quite the level for that. Let's see what this armor looks like. I don't know if I'm gonna make a loadout. I might, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, probably not. We'll probably store it somewhere. I don't think I'm gonna put it in the chest. Yeah, it's gonna be a no for me, guys. I don't know. Like the weird fucking like baskets and fucking compartments on the side. Like, I'm good. Yeah, not a big fan of the fashion, but it's a really, like, from like a skills perspective, very stylish. The class. Let's try this on. Yeah. All right. That's cool. I don't have to love everything about it. Let's go throw these in our retainer. Retainer's inventory. Because I ain't carrying this shit around. Wait. Wrong one. I just realized. Do do do. Do. Do do do. I believe this is my where I dump all my shit. Yeah, like I'm probably not gonna put this stuff in the glamour dresser until they give us more space, because I just don't have room anymore. And like there are some other, like I think I got rid of the level 50 gear. I only have the 60 and the 70 tank gear in here, but it's still just too much. Yeah. That's right there. Those right there. This is back when you could still dye shit without having to go through some stupid horse shit to have it dyeable. I think that's it right there. And last but not least, that. Okay. All right. Do 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 do. I've had like almost no water today. Oh, cool, Hilda. Fortuitous that you should choose this moment to visit. Pray forgive my abruptness, but are you acquainted with Ishgard's watch and the commoners who fill its ranks? Truly, you've worked with Hilda before? Splendid, absolutely splendid. Let us then discuss the problem at hand. Following our fair city's shift to a more egalitarian form of government, there has been talk of arming the city watch with machinist weapons and equipment, the very type of initiative for which I have long advocated, and as part of this plan, I have been asked to provide a competent instructor. But as dearly as I wish to fulfill this request of Hilda's, I'm afraid suitable candidates for the role are in woefully short supply. Surely you've heard news of Alamigo's liberation. Yes, well, the aftermath of that little conflict has seen the manufactory swamped with commissions for both material and marksmen, and I have not a single machinist to spare. I was even forced to relinquish Joy, my indispensable right-hand woman, to some far-flung deployment. And so, King, you must see why your presence here this day strikes me as something of a godsend. Who better to accept this position than our most accomplished machinist? I understand, of course, that you have your own business to attend to and can hardly spend every waking moment training the watch. Thus do I intend to share your duties with our old friend Rosenthal. Okay. Aside from his extensive knowledge of firearms, he was once the Commodore of the Knights of the Barracuda. Such experience should prove invaluable to the watch's leadership. Alright, God, can we just, like... Idleshire. My prospectometer is simply overloaded by such potential, but the goblin technology amassed in the main square alone could keep me tinkering for days. Ahem. Not that we'll be here nearly that long. Rosenthal is a striking fellow. Okay, let's go find him. Do 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 do. Boo 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 do 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 do. Alright, Walking Atlas. Can I interest you in a guided tour or oh, just a question? I have seen such man. He was walking down the street. Alright. Ah, big lad with an eye patch? Yes. Okay. I think I'm getting warmer. It's midnight dew. I've seen your man head into the hard place. He was all swarthy and mysterious-like. Had half a mind to follow him in there. Jeez. Fucking horn dogging over here. Oh, it wasn't here. Uh-oh. He's drunk off his ass. I see if you've kept one step ahead of me, King. At least this time around, our dear instructor was not so damnably difficult to locate, eh? I thought I heard some familiar voices. Now, what brings you two of ye all the way out here? Not just yearning to glimpse this ugly mug again, that much is certain. Astute as always, my friend, we have in fact come with an offer of employment. Damn. You want me to teach trigger work again? Bugger that. Why don't you have Joy do it? Joy is far too humble to fare well as an instructor and is fully occupied by other manufacturing business besides. You also have considerable experience with commanding a military company, if I am not mistaken. Are you bloody daft, or did you just forget? Me piss-poor leadership of the Kudas is what ruined me reputation in the first place. Do you honestly reckon a man like me is fit to take charge of training your city watch? There you go. You're the best man. Now just fucking do it. I don't know. Bloody hells, you must be desperate if I'm the best you've got. Well, scratch hard enough and it might be as there's some steel left under all this rust. Then this means you accept. Trim your sails there, boss. I'll make my final decision after I've had a chat with this lass what leads the watch. It seems we must arrange a meeting with Hilda. Would you mind handling the introductions? Why don't I just fucking do everything, Stephanievian, you douche? Alright. Okay. Do 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 do. Oh. I'm having connectivity issues. I love it. On that note, it seems like we haven't really been having too much of a difficult time with, damn, I just dropped down on you motherfuckers. Stream's been pretty alright so far. Our dropped frame rate is only at 1%, which is pretty good. Are we clear, or must I repeat myself in simple terms? I expect very little from your low-born riffraff. If you wish to serve Ishgard, then know your place and keep well out of our way. Bastard blue blood. He'd not wag his tongue like that if his boss was around. And a fine day to you. A little bird told me you'd be on your way. The lads and the lasses were all pleased to hear they'd be learning at the foot of Ishgard's savior. Yeah, why not? Because we don't talk or do anything. And you must be Rosenthal, eh? I'll warn you right now, the watch is a raw lot. They ain't used to formal training, and you'll need to work 'em hard before they'll count for more than cannon fodder. Work 'em hard, you say? I do things the pirate way, lass. I'll have 'em pissin' blood and wailing for their mums by first bell. We'll see about that. I don't know about Limsa's back alleys, but the Broom's not a place what suffers whistling daisies. Wilton daisies, sorry. What my lot lack in skill, they make up for in spirit. I like a challenge. Now tell me more about how this watch of yours fits into Ishgard's defenses. So we're the front lines. We just like run up and jump on top of enemies without weapons, and yeah, we're just meat shields. We're officially back in the arms of the Eorzean Alliance, ain't we? And if the Temple Knights are marched out to deal with some crisis, the streets will be left a touch thin of soldiers. That's where the watch comes in. We've been something of an independent operation till now, but the houses want to put us on the payroll. They mean to use our numbers to plug the holes in the walls, as it were. And the best part is we get paid to do more of what we was doing for naught. Coin in our purses and food in our bellies. Can't complain about that. Aye, but the arrangement's not to everyone's liking. There's inquisitors and nobles alike looking to trip us up at every turn. They ain't keen on the idea of commoners being armed and organized. I reckon the only way to shut those bastards down is by convincing everyone else that the watch is something worth keeping. But if we mean to prove ourselves, we need proper equipment and training. That's why I took most of the coin we'd been given and went begging to Lord Halionart. Now we have firearms and 2 clever blighters to teach us how to use them. Aye, I've heard enough. We can properly protect folk what don't recognize your authority. Just do as old Rostenthal says, and I'll soon teach them bastards respect. Okay. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Gather a crew of your finest lads and lasses and slap a name on them. What? Hilda's Hounds. You mean Hilda's Hounds? Well, I do like the sound of that. What do you say? Hilda's Hounds? Sure. Why can't there be more hybrids like Hilda? Like, Here's that have like elven, Elizan characteristics. I know they don't like crossbreeding, but it would be cool if you could do like a blend of any two, you know? Right then, I'll whip them into shape before you know it. Let's see just how tough these broom-born bastards really are. $63. Alright, so can't do this anymore, but that means we can go ahead and jump into Reaper. Dun, dun, dun. Done. Alright, so this is the new glam I got. But we have to change everything. Yeah, we don't have anything that we're supposed to. So yeah, that's what we're going to do probably the rest of the stream. And let's see. Let's fuck with the HUD. Soul gauge. Is that what this is? What's the death gauge? Alright, we don't need it to be that big. Let's go down to 80. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, what's the death gauge? Do we have that? I guess we'll put it right there. I mean, you don't have anything there, so that's fine. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I think I'm just gonna try some stuff out. Starting from the beginning, I think we're just going to clean this up. Alright, so if we go back to... Let's just use Warrior as our example. Wait, why is this? Let's see, which one do we want to go with? There you go, do that. Alright. So, alright, we have that configured that way. Okay. So now back to Reaper. I just want it to match everything, you know? Reaper's up here. Why do I have... I'm going to have to fuck with that glamour when we have time. Let's take that. Didn't mean that. There we go. So that's 2. So we want it to be on 3, and we want it to be right there. Then we have this. Why do they give you the option to choose to auto attack? I don't know. There. I'll be right back. Ah, the joys of having dogs. My dogs took it upon themselves to both just piss in the house. It's like when one of them sees the other one do it, they're like, oh, cool. So this is the thing now? Like, it is actually hilarious. But, all right. Happy Wednesday. I don't know if I've gotten this one yet. I've had it for a while. So there's that. And then I think we usually have... What is this one over here? Let's switch back. Limit break. That's right. Okay, so that'll be limit break, and then that's emotes, and then that's them greens. Okay. Alright, so let's go to inventory and link this. Set the hotbar, that's at the bottom. Do I have LB on here already? I don't. General. Put that there. And then friendlies. Alright. So that's that stuff done. So we can do that. Excellent. I'm going to actually just I think just get rid of everything. Wait. There you go. Just, and start it one by one. That might seem kind of unnecessary, but that's what we're doing right now. Yeah, this class looks very, very fun. I wanted to do this for a while. And like I was thinking, I'm like, we're about to hit level 90 with all of the tank classes we use. We have to have something left to level up, because I don't want to join stuff and just basically be throwing away those, like, you know, that experience that I would be getting. So that's why we're kind of doing this with Machinist and Reaper, just to give us options, because as you can see, we've already kind of got like tanks covered. But all right, so going from, we'll roll actions. So that's our stun. Bloodbath, that's also another healing ability that'll be right up there. Never used Feint, ever, but I think in like more difficult encounters, it may actually have some use. Arm's length is always good. True North nullifies all action direction requirements. Oh yeah, fucking positionals. I really don't like positionals, guys. I don't. Have never liked them. Haven't played New Tank. Not New Tank. Fuck. New Monk, but I hated it as a monk. It like, because like it felt like when you finally got down one, you'd go to the next expansion and start getting stuff, and you're like, oh, this is completely useless now. But yeah, okay. So anyway, so I'm gonna hold off on putting roll stuff. Well, actually, no. This is actually one of my gonna be one of our more frequently used ones. So we'll put that right there. And then that too. Bloodbath is really good. Just kind of extra heals. There. Alright, so now this. So Slice delivers an attack with a potency of 300. Interesting. That seems really strong. Is that because there's like a trait that increases its attack ability? It really is 300? Is it just me, or does that seem kind of strong? Alright. So soul gauge. I'm just trying to... I mean, I know we got it as level 70, so maybe that's why. Like, you don't have any of the fluff of, like, leveling up and potency increases and stuff like that. Allows for soul gauge accumulation upon landing of certain actions or defeating enemies under the effect of death's design. Alright. So yeah, that's fine. So that's soul gauge plus 10. We will put you right here. Waxing Slice delivers an attack with a potency of 140. Okay, so maybe that's where it is, because that's kind of a pretty big drop in potency. So that first one is like a really big hit, and then it goes lower, but that's fine. There we go. So okay, that's my 1, 2, 3. Delivers an attack with a potency of 300. Additional effect, afflicts target with Death's Design, increasing damage you deal target by 10%. Okay. Extend duration of Death's Design by 30 seconds to a maximum of 60. Okay. So this is basically an instant cast. Increase soul gauge if target is KO'd before effect expires. Interesting. So it doesn't combo with anything, but all right. We'll also, as you know, play around with that. Harp is our ranged, right? Oh no. Interesting. That's not our ranged one, so we don't have a ranged one? Oh. Interesting. Okay. So Harp is just a single target attack? And then Hell's Ingress. Quickly dash 15 yalms forward. Allows next Harp to be cast immediately. Duration 15 seconds. So that's an actual spell. That's pretty cool. Alright, so those three are weapon skills. That's a spell. And then this is an ability. So since this is an ability, we might change... So Hell's Ingress and then Hell's Egress. Quickly dash 15 yalms backwards. Allows next Harp to be cast immediately. Interesting. That's kind of cool. So these don't actually... Depending on what we want, you can just dash. And they have the same thing. So let's... I don't know how to put this on our bar. Like, let's... Maybe just for now, have it over here. So that's forward. Well, that's usually where I put AoE shit. And then that's backward. We can try it. We'll probably end up moving it, but I think Harp... Just keep those all together. Spinning Scythe. Delivers an attack with the... So this is the AoE, so that's why I was thinking it's probably not going to work. Let's put... Interesting. So I could use it anywhere. And then I could do this. Yeah, but I can't. I like it. I like it a lot so far. I know we like barely did anything, but... let's do that. Let's do that. Maybe just do... So that's forward, backward. Cool. And then this one will go right here. Probably gonna change it, but this is... Just work with me. I love that. That's so cool. I like it a lot. I love that. Haven't even done anything with this. I might hate this class. I'm already just like, this is so cool. Oh, cool. Like, I like that the AoE ability right out of the gate is going to increase soul gauge. So then this is our... Oh, so they don't get the number 3, 1, 2, 3, until the end of level 30. And like most classes I've seen get it at 26. Not like it really makes a difference. Whirl of Death delivers an attack with a potency of 100 to all nearby enemies. Afflicts target with Death's design. Same thing, increases soul gauge if target is KO'd. So it's basically an AoE version of Shadow of Death, right? So 300 for single target or 100 to all enemies nearby us. Looks like there's no other change, right? 30 seconds, okay. So just to kind of keep this similar pattern, so we have L2, it's going to be AoE plus like specialty range stuff. And then R2 is always going to be single target. That's kind of how we typically run it, and that's why I think Machinist has been a little interesting to kind of gauge, considering they have some skills that you can kind of weave AoE and single target together. Grants Crest of Time Borrowed to self, creating a barrier that nullifies damage totaling up to 10% of maximum HP. That sounds cool. I'll have what she's having. Cool. Nightmare Scythe delivers an attack with potency of 120 to all nearby enemies. Spinning Scythe. Okay, so we're actually gonna just plop that right over there. And Bloodstock summons your avatar to deliver an attack with a potency of 340. Grants Soul Reaver for 30 seconds. Stack count will be reduced to 1 when already under the effect of Soul Reaver. Soul gauge cost shares a recast timer with all avatar attacks except for Gluttony. And Gluttony is... Oh, we don't have Gluttony, so we don't have to worry about that. So that's our big damager, it looks like. Cool. I'm just going to go grab some stuff from our retainers. But yeah, we might not actually get around to doing too much of this, but I'm very, very interested in this class already. And it's probably good to try things kind of outside of our wheelhouse, because I feel very comfortable with all the tanking stuff in classes. But yeah, we'll still probably do the majority of the dungeons we run as a tank. But I think it would be kind of cool to mix in some of the other 2 DPS classes that we're working on. Okay. Alright. So now... Where were we? So back on that. You know what? Let's just go to our free company house so that we could, so we can test this out as we're doing shit. Alright, so this is our 1, 2, 3. Cool. I mean, the fucking animations alone, like, very cool. So let's try doing this. So this is, so our ranged ability. And then we could do forward. Cool. So there's that. I mean, these animations are fucking insane. I love them. Alright, so this is gonna be 1 to 50 Reaper, and I'm already liking it a lot. Wow. That's really cool. I like that a lot, though. If it's just a straight up spell. But that's nice if you have to, like, if it could be used as sort of like a gap closer, but also to get, like, to back up. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so is that just... So that's how we put on... That's the burn ability. I don't think that hits from there. There we go. So that reapplies that damage over time, right? Or it's not damage over time. Let me just double check. By 30 seconds to a maximum of 60. Yeah. Increases damage dealt to the target. Okay, so it's still a debuff, but yeah, it's not damage over time. And then it increases the soul gauge if we kill them while they have this on them. So that'll be really fun. At 35, we can just start applying this to everybody so they take more damage. Man, I feel like maybe it's just I haven't done DPS in a while, but I feel like this class seems to have a lot of fucking like things in the toolkit, right? Is it just me? And this is just at 50. Really cool. So we're gonna play around just a little bit longer. I'm having a little bit of fun, so. Alright. There we go. So let's go to 55. We get the Grim Swath. Summons your avatar to deliver an attack with a potency of 140 to all enemies in a cone before you. Grants Soul Reaver. So does this one, right? And Soul Reaver is what again? Not 100% sure what Soul Reaver is. Did we miss that? Soul gauge, soul gauge. Ah, here it is. Got it. So guillotine and gallows. Oh, and gibbet can only be executed while under the effect of Soul Reaver. Got it. Okay. Cool. Where am I gonna put that? Okay. So I'm already kind of thinking about putting that there. So that's gonna be our AoE. Oh no, that's our distance ability, and then over here on this side, this will be AoE abilities on the right hand side of L2. And then I'm thinking about putting those level 70 skills. It kind of plays a little bit like Gunbreaker, it seems like. You have sort of like with the cartridges, when you get those, I don't see anything that actually like shows that you have that ability to use, but maybe it lights up a stack. I don't know. Whatever. We'll keep playing around. So anyway, so Grim Swath, we want to kind of mirror the right hand side, so I think we're gonna put that over here. And just to see what that is. Oh, gotta do this first. Alright. That's really cool. So now we have that Soul Reaver ability. It looks like it disappears though after you... for 30 seconds, so I can't do anything else though, or it goes away. Got it. So when I do that, I do have to actually use it. It's a use it or lose it sort of thing. Okay. Soul Slice delivers an attack with a potency of 460, increased soul gauge by 50. Shows a recast timer with Soul Scythe. Damn it. See, this is what I'm talking about. Because we're already out of space, and like, look at all these other skills we have. Yeah, okay. So I'm thinking since these actually aren't damaging abilities, they probably shouldn't be down on the bottom with the other damaging abilities. They are gap closers, though. How do I want to position this? I don't know. See, I'm trying to keep it similar to what we have as a tank so I can jump right in. These I don't mind putting over here. And just to kind of help me, it'll be, yeah, that's the backward. That'll just be right there. That's fine. Forward, backward. Easy enough to remember. Then this. How far can we go? And can I move? Yeah, you have to stand still. It is. Cool. All right. Let's see. How should I put this? Bum 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 bum. I mean, it will be kind of busy doing it this way, but I'm thinking on the because the hotbar does make things a little confusing. So Soul Slice is our 30-second cooldown big attack move. Single target. Yeah, I don't like that though. I don't like how that's gonna end up looking. Can I? Yeah, looks like. Unveiled Gibbet. Oh, alright, so that's Unveiled Gibbet, sorry. Unveiled Gallows, and then... so there's no Guillotine? So delivers, so that's an AoE. Alright, we'll worry about that in a second. I'm just trying to come up with the best way to have this. Because I like these being, like, across from each other. Sort of like what we have on our Dark Knight. Hmm. And then this is instant, so we could put that on there. I'm thinking about putting this over here. And here's why. Because I'm thinking Soul Slice can be over here with the single target. And that's 50%. Wow, that is pretty good. Yeah, I just don't know what to do with Gibbet, Gallows, and Guillotine. That's why I'm having such a hard time with these two. Like, we have enough to fit them all, but it's just gonna look weird, right? So maybe... put that over there. Put this over here, since that is gonna be single target. Or maybe that would be better. God, I keep doing that. That goes over there. Just so that it matches that over on that side. And then, yeah, I mean, I guess, wow, this is a lot. See, that's the only thing, like, we're gonna have to start moving stuff up, which, it's fine. But it's already kind of feeling kind of busy. And we haven't even done anything with the trait shit. I'm sorry, the roll stuff. So roll stuff. Where do I have that on my tanks? Our stun. Where do we have leg? Oh, it's all the way over here. Yeah, you can see how much I fucking use that. Yeah, tanks are just a little bit easier because they have a lot of cooldowns, so I could keep all the combat stuff on the bottom, all cooldowns on the top. Alright, so maybe that would make more sense, just putting... Yeah, we'll do the stuff that we're going to use pretty often on the right-hand side, and the less frequent on the other side. So leg sweep, the stun is pretty good. True North, I don't really use it that much. Yeah. We'll probably change this, honestly, but that's fine. So let's go ahead and plop this over there. We did move that over, right? So, yeah, I think we'll do that. God damn it, I keep doing that. We'll put this over here. Put this one over here. So that'll be cool. So, like, if I do it, I could just pop that first. Turn it all the way back. So I go boom, boom, got it. Yeah, so try and condense that side. If I want to do this, do that, and then I could do one of my other abilities. That'll be fine. Alright. This'll work. A little different than what we're used to, but it's cool. It's cool. Oh shit, we still have faint, arm's length, and true north to fit in there. How should we have that? Well, out of all those, which ones am I going to use the least? I would say true north. Never really used it that much, but I definitely think it has some useful utility. Just, I don't think we really need... I think arm's length is actually pretty good, but maybe that's just me saying that as a Mr. Tank main. Yeah. Can't remember what I have arm's length on my others, but that'll be fine. There you go. Okay, so that's all that taken care of. Now we can go back to this. So it's already looking kind of busy, but not terrible. Still kind of kept it with... I did have to kind of break my rule of the ranged being on the right-hand side, or on the left-hand side, but that's fine. I haven't actually seen what the other one looks like. What's that? Ooh, I like that. So I could combo that into that. That'd be cool. Alright. We're almost done, guys. I just want to make sure this is nice and clean. Increase damage dealt by self and nearby party members by 3%. Ooh. So I already feel like that's going to be pretty useful. That's really good. It's got a long recast, but that's kind of like with our tanks, we have the AoE skills. I also think I did the same thing on Machinist. I put the I have the AoE over there, Tactician. But where do we put in our tanks? Dark Knight. Yeah, right there. So Abyssal Drain is on the L2 side. The double tap L2. And then we have, yeah. Okay, so we'll kind of mimic that on both Machinist and on our Reaper. All right, so I'm gonna do. Oh wait, I gotta go here. There you go. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I felt like we were finally getting to a good spot with well, no, we're still not in a good spot with yeah, because it's fucking mixed up as hell. Yeah, because now I'm looking at this and I'm like, I fucking hate this too. I think we really do just have to do what, like single target on the right, multiple target on the left. Like, because this is sloppy. Let's put this over here. And put that over there. So that's all single target on this side. Alright, so that could still be that. Alright. That could still be that. Do that. That's still single target. Multiple target. If I decide to do that. Or that. I mean, that'll be interesting. Here, let's just build up some gauge real quick. I know I got totally sidetracked. That is fucking cool looking. Holy shit. I love that. That's so cool. Alright, so let's try this. Alright, so we're gonna pop that. Oh, pop that. And do that. And now just... Yeah, it might be easier to activate that too now. Since it's right over there. I think that's going to be the best for kind of what we have going on. Alright. Yeah, I like that more. Like I said, guys, it's going to take some time to get to a good thing. But the big thing was we moved the AoE over to this side. And that's what we're going to do. I think we're just going to set it up like that. Even though we don't even have that skill unlocked. Or have done any playing around with this class. So just hang tight for a second. Actually do that. Put that up there. True north. Facing north. Alright. Back to what we were working on. So Gibbet is... So these are our directionals. Or positionals. So wow. We have a choice on how we want to go about this. The action changes to Unveiled Gallows while under the effect of Enhanced Gallows. Wait. Is this... This is like Gunbreaker, right? Cannot be set to hotbar. Got it. Okay, I like that they kind of help minimize some of that. Because I was like looking at how many skills we have. Alright, so Gibbet is going to be kind of like our single target. It's we're going to have it set up just like we have it on our Gunbreaker. So like on Gunbreaker, we have single target here, single target here, single target here, and then we have our multiple target here. Continuation's plopped up here just because it's not really a clean spot to put it. I don't know why I have potions. I think because I was running POD. All right, so that's fine. We'll kind of mimic that same setup to make it easy. All right, and then Gallows is the same thing from the rear. And then that'll be AoE. Just have to remember that. Unfortunately, we don't have any more AoE room on that side, but that's fine. Looks like Guillotine doesn't get a follow-up. At least not that I'm seeing. Alright. So Gallows is the same thing, just different side. And then Guillotine. Yeah, I mean, not perfect, but it'll do. And can't do anything with that. And then we have this. So we decided on keeping it with everything else. Gluttony summons your avatar to deal unaspected damage to target and all enemies nearby with a potency of 500 for the first enemy and 25% less for all remaining enemies. Grants 2 stacks of Soul Reaver. I didn't know we could have more than 1 stack. Where the fuck is that gonna go? Enshroud offers your flesh as a vessel to your avatar, gaining maximum stacks of the Moor Shroud. Alright, well, what is that? Let's see. Hell's Gate. Upon exiting Hell's Ingress or Hell's Egress, leave behind a Hell's Gate and grant Threshold to self. I'm so confused. Hell's Ingress changes to Regress after executing Hell's Egress and vice versa. We're just gonna have to get in there and play with it. That's fine. So that's Gluttony. Alright. Alright, well, I'm just gonna, for now, put that right over there. Since, well, no, that's AoE, but we don't have any more room over there. Holy shit, guys. There's so much. I really hope some of this gets turned into it, but it doesn't seem like it. So, alright, well, let's practice. So, that's how we get our damage buff. That's more combo, then I can do that. If I want to do AoE, that's really cool. So that gives us 100. Let's see what that is. So that's that, and then here's AoE. Wow. And then, so what side is what? I can't do it now? What is this exactly? Enhanced. Okay. So it's still, I still don't have the gauge for it? What's the problem? Okay, still can't use that. Now I can use that? That's right. If I use that and I don't follow up with one of those, like the gibbet or whatever. So let's do that. Oh, it seems like you can't do them one after another. Yeah, it won't give me the option. Unless... I thought it would change the look of them. Yeah, it's not... Okay. We'll have to do some more testing, but I think I'm kind of getting it. I'm trying to, guys. Bloodstock. Oh, I see now. Okay. So let's try that. I just realized that. That's what was changing. So this right here, Unveiled Gallows and Unveiled Gibbet. Okay, so Bloodstock is where... I was expecting the icons themselves to be changing, but... Okay, so that's not so bad. So Gibbet, that's when it's from the flank, so that's the side. It's 520. Grants Enhanced Gallows, and that effect is the action Bloodstock. That's what this is right here. Changes to Unveiled Gallows while under the effect of Enhanced Gallows. Can only be executed while under the effect of Soul Reaver. Got it. And to get Soul Reaver, we have to pop one of these. It doesn't seem like we could gain multiples, but let's try this again. So, start off with this, give them our damage up. Build a little bit. Probably should use this as soon as possible, this one. There we go. So now we're already at 100%. So we do this first, then we do this. And then it's only that ability. And then we can go back to this and follow up. Alright, so but we have to do one more. Got it. So we have to build up to another 50. We were able to chain them because we had 100 already. And now we could do that. And then it opens up this door. And it seems like we should go back and forth. I don't know if it makes sense to do the same one. So do that. So now it goes back to normal. That. Alright, I think I'm getting the hang of it. So it seems like once you start that, it doesn't go back to regular Bloodstock anymore. Bloodstock seems to be changed to one of these, pretty much. So would there be a reason to do that? I mean, I guess it opens up that. So it can't do that. Okay. So pop that. Then that. So that was the same effect, so that's why it didn't change. Okay. I think I got it. It'll take some practice, obviously, but I feel a little bit more comfortable with it already. So we just combo 1, 2, 3. Make sure that we're not forgetting to keep this on. 1, 2, 3. That. Then that. Then that. Then that. Then that. Alright, so it's all about managing. And the good thing is, thank God they fucking light up so I can kind of somewhat make my way through. So we want to do that one. And then the next one we want to do is the bottom one. Got it. So use that. That's right. I will lose it if I don't use it. I don't know, I like it. It's pretty cool. So start off with that, then that, and then we have to wait for more gauge to execute the next one. So do that one, then that one. So it's all about just making sure that we're getting those these abilities. So do this. So now for 30 seconds we can do any one of these. Go for that one. And just make sure that we do one of them. Same thing. And then, so that shows up. Able to execute Gibbet, Gallows, or Guillotine. Enhanced Gallows, next Gallows will deal increased damage. Which, press let up. Do it again. That, and then that. So it's actually pretty easy once you kind of break it down. You're really just kind of following what it wants you to do, and it's not supposed to be that difficult. Just make sure that I keep remembering to apply that, then that, then that, then that. Just pop one of these on for good measure. Bring that back. Boom. Then boom. Alright, cool. Alright, I think that's good. Haven't even used that. Well, wait, we don't have it yet. Okay. Summons your avatar to deal. I already got that. Enshroud offers your flesh as a vessel to your avatar, gaining maximum stacks of Lemur Shroud. Certain actions can be executed while playing host to your avatar, and those are what exactly? So I'm guessing that's what the 80 skills are. Okay, so Void Reaping, Cross Reaping, and Grim Reaping. So this isn't going to be... So it's a Shroud Gauge ability, right? Don't have the Shroud Gauge, so not sure what that's going to look like. Shroud Gauge is unlocked at 80. Accumulation upon landing Gibbet, Gallows, or Guillotine. So as we land those skills, it's going to fill up this gauge. It's a blue gauge now, in addition to what we have already. And then it looks like these level 80 skills are just going to plop right on top of the Gibbet, Gallows, and Guillotine skills, if I get that correctly. There's multiple layers to it, but all in all, it's actually, it seems a lot more. It's kind of like with Summoner. Summoner kind of made it seem like there was a lot going on, but you really just kind of press the pretty glowing buttons and just let it do its thing. Why is our... Huh. Whatever. Oh. Okay, so that's also the same thing. Okay. Can only be executed while under the effect of Soul So. Shares a recast timer with Lemur's Scythe. Where's that? Oh, right here. So that's AoE. Damn. There are multiple layers to this shit. But I like it. So Enshroud is definitely gonna be put... where though? I don't have any more room down here. Oh no, it actually got rid of, oops. Alright, that's fine. That goes up there. Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then actions. So we have up to 80 placed. I think everything else, we're just going to hold off see how this goes. Alright, so I think that's going to be enhanced. No, it's not. So that's a new skill. So that's another spell. I have no idea where the fuck I'm going to put that. So it's just the self. So that could also just fit right up there. Plentiful Harvest delivers an attack to all enemies in a straight line before you with the potency of 520 for the first. I'm guessing that's going to be an enhanced one. Grant Circle of Sacrifice. Interesting. So that is another new ability, it looks like. And that is another new ability. Oh boy. I don't know where I'm going to put this shit. We'll have to figure it out when we get there. Alright, well. That was kind of us just playing around with Reaper tonight. You can see we got a ton of work done as lots of positive progress. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like there are a ton of skills. I'm thinking maybe. Maybe. Putting all the stuff that uses up the soul, our gauge, putting them all in the same foursquare. Like, putting that over here. And for real, just yeah, because that would make sense. I'll leave that over there. Put this over there. Put this over there. This one, Gluttony, can go down here. And there's not going to be any other skills, it looks like, that are going to use this. I think. So let's see how that feels. I think that'll end up being pretty good. It's definitely not bad. I feel like just because it's new, I'm spending more time like, this is fine. We're attacking something that's like could give a shit less about us, but in an actual battle, it could make us kind of sit there and focus more on what we're doing than what we're pressing than like the actual fight itself, which isn't necessarily the best. So. Right up here, right up there. so having it like that seems to be working out pretty well. Because it's all on the same side. It might be kind of awkward at first, but I think this is fine. Yeah, so what we do is we build, we pop that, and then immediately it goes right into that, which actually works out kind of well. Alright. It's all about that maximization. Let's see. I don't know if it's necessary, because I'm thinking we always have the AoE. No, that'll be fine. This will be fine. This build's good. Nice. Yeah, I like the AoE options. Yeah, so if you weren't like really trying to fuck with anything else, but AoE, you could still pretty much do that pretty reliably. Mix in a little bit of this. Yeah, you're good. Oh, we Gucci. Alright. And then that'll be fine. If that really is going to be like a spell, I don't think it's going to do damage. Soul Sow. I just want to see what Soul Sow does for us. Okay, so it becomes that. Deals unexpected damage to target and all enemies nearby it. So it can't be put on. Okay. So it changes the Harvest Moon. And then Harvest Moon is pretty much going to be an AoE. Potency of 600 for the first enemy, yeah. That's cool. So what we could do is place this over here. Plentiful Harvest in a straight line. Yeah. I'm gonna leave these two off. I'm imagining these two will just go on my remaining two spots right here. But cool. Alright, this is very interesting. It's new, so sorry if that took forever for me to come to a decision on how I wanted to do this. But I think next stream we'll do some more of this as well as Machinist. Maybe some tank shit. I don't know. Maybe. We still have a ton of content to do in Elden Ring as well. So there's a lot of stuff. I don't know. It's kind of overwhelming, but it is what it is. All right. Well, thanks, guys. I will catch you on the next one.